There you go. We'll be starting the presentation soon. Just waiting for others to join me. Okay, we're about okay. Okay. Presentation is about to start. Okay, work with the cameras. And open the presentation. Okay. I hope you can hear me. Okay. First we're talking about the history. Now, how did this project come about? Where was the idea from just giving the links of how they were introduced at first. You're reading, during the reign of Constantine the Great, the Roman Empire was in a deep economic crisis. Constantine the Great solved the problem of the economic crisis by carrying out a set of measures to reform the monetary system of the Roman Empire and introducing a new currency, the solid. Okay, during the ruling time of Constantine the Great, there was an economic crisis during that time, and things weren't balanced in the state at that time. So the way was able to solve this problem. By the way, I'm explaining everything here. So the way it was able to solve this problem was by introducing a new monetary system. And there's something I want us to understand here, that it's not introducing a new money, it's introducing a new monetary system. There are two differences between these. There's a difference between these two. Introducing new money is like saying you want to change the name of the currency, you want to change the design. That's like introducing new money. I want to say you want to change the format, which is if you see new monetary system, you want to say you are trying to say you are changing you are changing how money goes during transaction. You want to change how it goes. So it might be that before it was a slower thing, but now it's faster. So that's just what it simply means by monetary system. So he was able to introduce a new monetary system, which was called the solid. It was called the solid because it was a metal. We don't know what gold is. Gold is a metal, and as you can see today, we have the physical gold and both coins that are gold around this crypto space. So that time he introduced this gold solid, and how was this able to solve their problems? It was able to solve their problems in the sense that the gold solid was, according to this space, unchangeable. It has unchangeable weight, which made it possible to exchange these coins for any other, as well as non-ferrous metals, primarily gold. So with this, they were able to use this coin to solve a lot of problems because at that time, this particular monetary system that was introduced by Constantine was constant and reliable. So this was the way it was able to solve the problem at that time. And if you notice, if you have been following us or if you are here for the first time, this is relating to what this project is about. This name of this project is Bennett, and it's a cryptocurrency which got into the space recently, I think about last year. And this is like telling you what it's going to do in the market, how it's going to benefit everyone. Because the meaning of Bennett is actually benediction. It's an advantage to every user. That's the simple meaning of what it is. So moving forward, briefly about cryptocurrency. Today, although gold has a certain value, but from the point of view of modern economic theory, it's only an additional tool that ensures the stability of the economy. The firms of Constantine the Great are a kind of prototype for the creation of modern cryptocurrencies. At the World Economic Forum in 2016, a complete displacement of paper money by cryptocurrencies was predicted. Many researchers note that this process is in some way irreversible. Cryptocurrency is strong because it does not depend much on the global economy. Cryptocurrency can now be stolen, devalued, or denominated by still liquid. A modern cryptocurrency is in some way a solid that meets modern economic requirements. Can we explain what this is? Uh, Going straight to the point here, it's talking about uh, cryptocurrency is like the base form of what the solid was able to do then, because right now we see that people are going into cryptocurrency not just because of the reason of making profit. People are also going there because of the safety you have there, the trustworthiness you have there, and the transparency you have there. Because it's as an open place, you can be able to understand why every of the transaction happens, unlike the other form of money, other form of monetary system, or other form of monetary system. Cryptocurrency is really trustworthy. So explaining what was said here at the World Economic Forum in 2016, it was uh, a research was taken on, and they would discover that it might be irreversible. What does this mean? Uh, Paper money that's almost all the entire world now adopted due to, okay, we'll get to that in future. Okay, the paper money for a monetary system that in every country we have this currency, and we have a paper currency, and we have the coins. Those are the way it was really. Those are where we have been living for a long time now. So it's predicted that in future, this paper money and this metal, these coins we are having, will become in future. They will become less useful, if not useless. Actually, when I mean useless, in other words, no one will actually use them anymore. To be very rare for you to see someone having doing a transaction with real life money, which is already happening actually. We already see that we're going to supermarkets or going to big malls. We don't take the money with us, even if sometimes we have to take the money with us. But sometimes it just happens so fast that you just have to tap your card and the payment is done. This was like the prediction the World Economic Forum has made since 2016 that in future paper money might go on extinction, even if they are kept in a museum or kept safely, but they'll go on extinction because few people will be the one using it at that time. This one is the basis. It's not something that sounds evil. It's not something evil because the education of paper money and bringing and introducing cryptocurrency is not a loss to anyone. Actually, it's actually an advantage to each and every user because cryptocurrency is better and safer and faster and understandable. It is literally an advantage to everyone. In addition to the currency expressed in paper documentary form, that is ordinary modern money. They are also cryptocurrencies. Moving forward, the future of cryptocurrencies. The modern world is faced with an unprecedented level of unpredictability crisis related to coronavirus infection, which continues to this day. The pandemic will end, but the world community must inevitably solve the problem associated with the restoration of the global financial system. What is it talking about? It's talking about, okay, 1 minute. It's talking about, for instance, during the coronavirus pandemic outbreak, what happened in the world? I can't really tell you exactly what happened in the world, but I know there was economic balance in all over the world. But I'll tell you about my country. When I was in my country, during the coronavirus outbreak, we noticed some things in change of products and change of basic amenities that we usually buy. Things like it was really hard to buy basic things because they were really expensive afterwards. After the outbreak, people couldn't work. They couldn't work from home because some people's job, the type of job they had, this kind of job you have to do physically. So this is simply saying that yeah, some part of the world we actually pick up, they will actually try to regain their strength and regain their stand after the coronavirus infection. But not all countries will be able to stand because not everyone has the same speed with each other. Not everyone has the same time with each other. So it's also saying here that the world has experienced unpredictable. Okay, I'll put it this way: unpredictable crisis. The world has experienced too many unpredictable crises. There's nothing that you can't totally give a future event. You can't totally know what's will happen in the future. So that's what the world faces. So what they're saying, we have to solve this problem. And if one way to solve this problem is the cryptocurrency market. So you will know how it solves it. One of the solutions to which problems in the development of cryptocurrency market and the widespread introduction of the ability to pay with in a variety of countries, both in cash or digital money. States cannot take such a step, otherwise they will become disconnected from. States cannot but take such a step, otherwise they will become disconnected from the world economy. What is he saying? He's saying after all this, and when, for instance, a particular country takes this into advantage, they adopt this particular system, this cryptocurrency space, and they have to adopt it. That the world, other part of the world, other countries, they have to adopt with it because if they don't, they'll be automatically disconnected, not by anyone on purpose, but by just by system. Just it will just happen. I will explain what I mean by that. When you discover that a particular country grows, when a particular part of a particular world goes away, and the one another part of the world is actually lacking in development, there will be a tendency that to be abandoned because there will be no benefits from that particular country. Everyone else wants to get benefit from each other, want to get benefit from you, and want to get benefit from you. But if you're this kind of person that all you take, all you take is the benefit and you don't give out benefits, you're just simply the word is parasitic. Parasitic nature is being able to take it's been taking protection or taking having advantage from the host when you are giving nothing to the host, just like a stingy personality. So the world will not be able to adapt to this. Instead, they will have to cope with this new monetary system for everyone to live smoothly and for their monetary system and economic level to be balanced. So definitely the world will adapt to it. Okay, speaking of how the paper money began, the modern financial system is a model of relationship based on trust. The history of the modern fiat money began in 1347 in Florence. It was the year of the outbreak of the Black Plague. However, he had seen that there was also an outbreak, an unpredictable event that actually occurred in 1347 in Florence. It's also like a pandemic also. But what happened afterward? This was the beginning of the economic crisis, to get out of which people had to reform the monetary system and create a new type of money, the fiat money, which meant proclamation and permission. So they had to create a monetary system. One way they were able to solve it. And please don't get this wrong, that after a pandemic, there's only one way to solve the problem, through money. I'm speaking based on the economic aspect and the financial aspect of the country. So speaking about this, we're not talking about the people aspect. There are also people aspect. They're not talking about different sectors of the economy. We're talking specifically about if I explain forward, you will know what we're talking about because further on we'll be talking about people's events, further on we'll be talking about the law, we're talking about relationship. So this is going to affect a lot of areas. But this particular part I'm explaining is talking about the financial part. They also do the money transactions, anything that has to do with business and money. So this is what basically what I mean. Okay, explaining what I said. After the Black Plague insurance in 1347, they had to introduce a new monetary system. And what was this? It was called the fire money. What is the fire money? I explained last time that fire money is simply like the government or the president of the country or the manager or whoever is in charge of the monetary system of a particular country. That person has the ability to say how much money is printed. Like you can say, this amount of money should be printed for this particular amount of time. And also give you one example why this is not trustworthy, because there's definitely going to be lack of things. There's definitely going to be some part that are lagging, in the sense that when for instance there's a particular amount of population in a particular country and it was taken one particular time, but definitely it's not going to be very accurate because there's death rate and there's birth rate at the same time happening all over the world. So if you should measure according to a particular currency, so particular population census or record that has been kept, there will be every possibility that the amount of money you're printing it's not gonna be equivalent to amount of people. It's not gonna be. It doesn't have to be equivalent. It has to be more than, because the needs of people are insatiable. So it has to be more than. But at that time, it was able to solve problems. Even till now, it could solve some of the economic crisis. But we need something that can be able to solve our financial issues all at once. Okay, scenario has been explained as fire money. As we come to this topic, what is Benin? When it comes to economics, it's necessary to turn to the experience of our ancestors, without repeating their mistakes and taking as the basis the best that our predecessors had. It is for this reason that we want to remember the legacy of Constantine the Great and present the Bennett project. Bennett, abbreviated for the word benediction, is a project to revive in the virtual space the equivalent of a gold solid, which has become a prototype of modern reserve currencies used worldwide as a benchmark for the value of the fiat money. Okay, at the benchmark, the fireman was able to solve a lot of problems. So this benefit is like the benediction, it's most benediction advantage to use or anyone involved in it. And it's going to be something that's going to solve a lot of problems in our society. Moving to the last two definitions, Benin is a pet dependent of with its own blockchain. Blockchain is used to store data, the format of which allows you to securely store recorded information about any event created in the cryptographic application. Benin is a decentralized cryptocurrency with an environmentally friendly mining method for each owner. The consensus of the decentralized network and the integrity of the blockchain are achieved thanks to advanced development. Okay, the first one, pay-to-pay. I'll just give you a basic information of what pay-to-pay is. It's like during the old days, how they were trading. It's just like me, I have like this particular brand of shoes, and you have another brand of shoes, and I want that, and you want this. So, or probably you don't want mine. Well, I tell you, I want yours, and you're like, what do you have that I can exchange with? So I said I have this brand of shoes, and we just exchange. There's no money in charge or something like that. We just exchange commodities, exchange goods for each other. It's called trade by barter. I think in business studies or economics, it's called trade by barter. Just exchanging goods and services without physical change of money. So this is like basically what peer-to-peer means. It's just you exchanging coins from person to person. That's a peer-to-peer network. And what's the blockchain? We'll also discuss that in the future, but according to the word blockchain, it's like a block connected with chains. It's just like you having blocks, and these blocks they have the ability to store information, and each of these blocks are connected with chains to each other. So you can have over 100 blocks, and there are definitely over the 100 blocks in the blockchain. So you can have over 100 blocks, and they are all connected with chains. In other words, they are all up to date. They all move with the blockchain. They know how up to date it is. And no one can lag on each other because they are all connected to each other and to the blockchain. Decentralized cryptocurrency with an environmentally friendly mining method for each owner. What does this simply mean? It's a currency that it's decentralized, can be trusted, it's known as transparent, and it has the ability for it to be environmentally friendly. What does it simply mean? There's some mining cases where you have to always repeat every process for you mining to continue, but for Benin, it has a easy way of mining, which is called the soft and the hard mining, especially the soft mining being the easiest, in the fact that you just have to have your coin there and it keeps mining at a particular rate and it continues. That's basically what it is. Okay, before I continue to the explanation, I want to check the comment sections if there anyone that has dropped any questions or submissions. So please a minute.
Hello.
Where
Where are you from?
Yes. Okay, for now, I couldn't find any comments or questions yet, so I'll just continue the presentation. Uh, a little bit about the blockchain. Uh, okay, as we started cryptocurrencies, the Binance database is built on studying it. Okay, I'll just explain this part. It's basically talking about, okay, I will explain the boarded part. The Binance network has remained decentralized since its inception, and as number of users grow, it becomes more and more decentralized. What it simply means that the more it's very explainable. The more people use this particular decentralized currency, the more trustworthy and decentralized to be, the more adequate and fast and transparent it will be. And explaining this two parts, Binance network nodes and Binance network nodes simply meaning the same thing. What it simply means is the node simply means like the equipment or instrument used for a particular transfer. Okay, let me speak in terms of Bennett. Uh, if I'm using my phone for mining coins in Bennett, or I'm using, how do I say, I'm using a laptop or I'm using a website, whatever equipment I'm using, or any, if it's in future, yeah, there's going to be advanced watches. If I'm using a watch or anything using to mine my Bennett coin, at that moment, that device is my node. That device is my node, and it has the ability to connect with Bennett softwares. So in other words, the moment you register, the moment you have a coin, you are registered as a node and you are recognized as a node. Okay, how does your mining work? The two ways it mines. There's soft mining and hard mining. Soft mining is a software method for generating new coins with an account balance available to each coin holder using a private access key. Hard mining is a software and hardware method of mining coins using specialized equipment that stores an up-to-date copy of the blockchain and is synchronized with the general network to participate in generation of new blocks. What does this simply mean? Like the soft mining. Soft mining is simply talking about you having a particular number of coins in your wallet, and what happens when you have this amount of wallet and amount of coins in your wallet, they mine at a particular percentage. Like I think if you have less than one Bennett coin, like from one Bennett coin, then minus one, not simple minus, you have something like 0 point, then decimal numbers after the decimal point, like 0.256, something like that. So if you have less than one, it's minus 0.25%, I think. We'll see that in the further on. So it mines at a slow rate, depends on how many coins you have. And this might seem really different to you, but it's not really that expensive to get. Most times you just have to start from the airdrop, and that's all it takes. And the hard money is simply working with the software mining method, and also working with a machine. What does that mean by a machine? The machine is like the Bennett blockchain. This Bennett blockchain has the ability, like it works up to date with the blockchain. It stores an up to date copy of the blockchain and is synchronized with the general network to participate in the generation of new blocks. So the fact that this is connected to the blockchain means that whatever, if you're having a particular already you're having a percentage from your soft mining, with the advantage of the up to date part of the blockchain, it mines also with your soft mining. So altogether you're mining together, and the hard mining seems faster because this time it's not just working with your soft mining, it's working with the up to date version of the blockchain. And also notice the blockchain keeps on updating. It updates every single minute because at that time there's change in currency, there's change and there's fluctuation in the market. So with every change and fluctuation in the market, your soft money is moving at the same speed. Talking also with your soft money and your hard money all together. So I hope this is understood. Okay. Speaking about Benedash, we understand the importance of decentralized database, which we usually call blockchain, and we had an idea. Try to combine the reliability and security of the classic cryptocurrency as well as the advantages of hash functions, the use of which is in demand in various spheres of human life, for which we created the Benedash crypto application. Okay, for those of you that doesn't know what the hash function means, in the cryptocurrency space, there's something called the hash function. And what does this hash function have the ability to do? It's the ability to save information, save events, save database. What this basically means is, like, for instance, you have a transaction between two people. Like, I bought Litecoin, and the transaction we used was Litecoin and Bennett. And how did this happen? when we, after the pay to pay transaction or whatever form of transaction we use, it will be recorded that what time or what dates, the account wallet name, or the person wallet name of both parties, the seller and the buyer, what time they did this, probably the account, the name of the account or the bank account where the person lives. All these informations are kept in the blockchain, and all these are done by the hash function. They're the hash functional part of the blockchain, and this was implemented into Benedash. It's called the Benedash in the sense that we can be able to keep certain information, certain information that you want, we can be able to keep them on Bennett and name them the Benedash. Okay. Explaining further on, Benedash is a native application of Safari. Benedash is a decentralized platform for storing information, so for storing important or interesting events taking place in people's life. So basically, it's just storing events and storing things that is happening in a particular time and storing them on Benedash. Sorry about the noisy environment. Benedash is a native application that allows you to sign any event, incident, and state with accurate time recording and hashtag of the events. All events are stored in a cryptographically protected blockchain database running in a peer-to-peer network in Java environment. So basically what it's saying is there are a lot of steps that have to do with the protection of the information on the Benedash. Sorry. There's a lot of factors that are contributing to the fact that information are kept safely on the blockchain. Okay, moving forward, Bennett queries are used as way to update Benedash files to the blockchain. Okay, I'll read this and explain. We have implemented an environmentally friendly way of mining coins and burning coins effectively. To upload files, the user burns coins in the proportion of 10 Bennett coins for 1 KB of information recorded in a block limited to 2 MB. What this simply means, and over here they say that Bennett is the foil for the Benedash files. Just like you have a particular block, and according to this place, the block has a maximum of 2 MB, so that block can contain just 2 MB of information. And let's say I want to keep an image of 4 KB, or let's go with 6. Let's say I want to keep an image of 6 KB, and that's to in the block of, in case you don't know the spaces, KB is small, MB is smaller. Sorry, MB is bigger. So MB is literally bigger than KB, and another one bigger than KB. And okay, we go from this smaller to big. We have the KB, kilobytes. We have the MB, megabytes. We have the GB, the gigabyte, and we have the TB, which is the terabyte. 10 terabytes is like one of the highest. I don't know if it's the highest actually, but it's one of the highest. Some pieces have the gigabyte, terabyte. So basically, the block contains can contain only up to 2 MB. And let's say I want to keep a picture or a file of 6 KB, and this is definitely your phone. You have files like 6 KB, so you must have seen this. Let's say I want to keep a file of 6 KB over there. So how do I do this? 10 Bennett coins for 1 KB. So I just say I'll use 60 Bennett coins, 60 of my Bennett coins, and I buy I buy 6 KB of space on my 2 MB block on the blockchain. So there's this block, I want to buy 6 part of it. I use 60 Bennett to buy that 6 part of it, and when I buy it, I'm liable to be, when I mean liable, I have the ability to store that particular information there for free because I already bought that space. So I hope this is understood. Okay, moving forward, talking about the Benedash, I think this has to do with keeping of information. Okay, already in 2024, we'll release an application for the free access which we'll be able to use. This is what the Benedash will be in 2024. It will be easier to use for people. To be fully released. And then, notaries for duplicating registers for with signature of participant. Highway administration for photographing accident with instant uploading of incident photos to the blockchain. I go again. Highway administration for photographing accidents with instant uploading of incident photos to the blockchain. What this simply means is, for instance, there's an incident on the street or on the road, not just accident of cars clashing with each other, but there's an incident on the street, or maybe a traffic breaking, someone breaking the traffic, or someone hitting a car, or someone crossing the road without the going light showing up. Factors that affect road transportation, different things. This can be done. Especially, you might be asking, how does this picture work? So if you don't know, companies these days have the ability to purchase a personal company satellite. What I mean by this, There's a satellite. If you have used this application called the Google Map, sorry, Google Earth, these are satellite photos that gives you the ability to be able to locate the street, not just locating the street like normal maps, but locating the street and zooming to know what the street is like. You can be able to see what the street is like. You can be able to move a little, not very freely, but you can move a little. It's all the work of a satellite. So if in future, with this Bennett dash, we'll be able to upload incident of informations to the blockchain, probably through a satellite or probably through a smarter means if there's any in the future. So this is one use of it, and for lawyers for signing contracts with the possibility of publicly requesting data from the Bennett blockchain. What does simply mean? You can be able to store lawful information on the blockchain. And for this, I'll just explain this picture. This has to do with relationship, this has to do with health, this has to do with vehicles, the law, the files, and what's a gallery, pictures. So what does it mean? You can be able to store this forms of information and other ones. You can be able to store them in the Bennett dash by the time it's released. So this is just telling us that this Bennett is not just cryptocurrency that's transferred between two people, but in future it will be a means of us being able to keep information that's occurred and be rest assured that they're kept safe. Okay. Under this Bennett hash, we have the Bennett also on the Bennett section. What does it mean? For Bennett says it's like if there's two people with a relationship, that they come together and they decide to upload the information, not information that's everything, but they come together to prove that they're actually in a relationship. There's a file or something like that. So they come to Bennett 6 under the Bennett hash and they keep the information there as a proof that they have actually been together. This will be able to help a lot of people in future against sexual harassment and people coming up with allegations, either true or false, that it shouldn't actually happen between them, because they'll definitely prove in the Bennett 6 software. And also talking about Bennett data, this has to do with people having to do vehicles or let me say razors when they have a particular razor. A person moves his car or drives for a long time, and there's always a means for the information to be stored on the blockchain and kept safe. I hope this is understood. Okay, moving forward. But the most important application of our technology is something that is not yet close to the market: the word chronicle events. This is a chronicle written by people who speak different languages, profess different religions, and live in different parts of the globe. After all, the most important thing is memory. The most important thing is memory. The past. The past is the beginning of the whole present. The future is impossible without the past. With our application, you will have the opportunity to upload events important to your family to the data warehouse, be it photos, videos, or documents, and thus in 100 to 200 days, your descendants will easily be able to learn about you, see what you wear, and therefore remember you always, in fact, giving you immortality. So what this simply means is that in future, we'll come to this word, the word chronicle of events, and it explains that what the word chronicle of events means that the word having a part in this particular project. Like everyone using it, the moment everyone in the world tries to have adapted to this particular monetary system, to be able to make it the world chronicle of event that everyone will be involved in it. We all write this book together, not literally a book. I mean, writing this book all together, and we're involved in this particular project and we're making it grow all together. And it says that it will give benefits, especially to like people that want to know about their past. Let me make it a job for them now, like the ecologists, when they want to discover about old people from the past. They can easily be able to get the information with what's this called? With allowed access key. Like there's an opportunity that they have been allowed to go into this information and they can go into it like years and years back through the Bennett Ash software, and they can be able to understand that, understand who this person was or how this person was or what actually happened during this person's time, because there will be an information kept there as independent dash. So this is one of the advantages of this, and we're going to be we're going to be, and one thing if you don't understand, information is really powerful. Most things that we don't understand is as a result of our generation passed before, or not generation actually, I believe our ancestors, that's the word, our ancestors passed before having kept some information that would be vital for our livelihood. If we were able to get some of those information, most of the things we'll be facing nowadays, going through and trying to struggle and trying to refine them again, wouldn't be a problem for us. So with this, and if this is actually, if people actually go into it and understand this, there'll be a lot of problem solving, and it will be a big means to solve a lot of problems. Okay, moving forward. How to get the coins? I'll just run through this. You can go through this. You can get the coins from Telegram But you can type this on Telegram and you can get this coin from Telegram. But you can also download it on the Google Play Store or whatever market you're using for your Android phone specifically. Because right now we don't have the iOS versions. When I mean iOS, we don't have the iPhone versions for this. But I think you can also work on this on the particular website called the xt.com. You can work on it on the xt.com. What else? Yeah, I think right now we don't have the IE version. You can work with it on xt.com. XT. Okay, just write into the comment section later on. xt.com. And over there you can actually trade Bennett there, Bennett coins, other cryptocurrencies. It's already in the market. The cryptocurrency market already accepted it. Or you can get it on through the Telegram pages, through this bot, or you can download it. And also, the maximum number of coins that can be mined in one session queue does not exceed 10,000 Bennett, and upon reaching 100,000 Bennett, the account stops mining until its balance decreases. What this simply means is to avoid inflation or overbloating. It is important that when you have these coins, sometimes it's better to share to other wallets and making them affiliated, because uh, I will explain what affiliated mean in further pages. But currently, we should understand is that when it gets into this particular amount, we should share to other wallets, which is our wallet, because in this app you have the ability to create as many wallets as you want. So you should share to other wallets, because if you get to this, it goes back to zero, because it's for the safety. Sorry, it's for the safety of the user, because if it exceeds this, it can lead to inflation and bloating in this particular wallet. So I hope this is understood. Okay, yes, talking about affiliated, I'll go for the affiliated wallet first, because I said I was playing. What's affiliated wallet? It's just like having a particular wallet, which is one wallet, and you made another wallet, which is two wallets. Then you need to put coins in the second wallet, because you have in the first wallet. You need to put coins in the second wallet. Instead of putting your first coin, you didn't ask someone to send to you. Instead, you sent from your first wallet to your second wallet. So you have these two wallets affiliated to each other, because they actually got their income from each other. The second got his income from the first, and you made the third, and you sent from either the second or you sent from the second to the third. So these wallets are affiliated. They're like chains connecting each wallet. And you make 10 of these wallets, and they are connected to each other. So this like you have 10 affiliated wallets. So if you have 10 of these affiliated wallets, and the amount that is held in each of these wallets all together, that is added together for 10 generations, which is 10 generation, that is 10 wallets, and you have like from 100,000 to a million Bennett coins altogether, it's a move at this acceleration coefficient. So you'll be moving at this acceleration coefficient, moving at this particular speed. Also for this same thing, until you get, if you have altogether, you have 100 million Bennett, it moves at acceleration coefficients of 2. And over here, what they simply means is like the basics of soft mining. You see, like if you have like less than 1 Bennett coin in your wallet, it moves at 1%. Okay, I'm sorry, last time I said it was 0.25. It's actually 1%. If you have like more than one coin, at first if you have less than 1 Bennett coin, if you have like 1 Bennett coin or less than 1 Bennett coin, I think it minus 1%. If you have 1 Bennett coin to 10,000 Bennett coins, so you can add like 87 Bennett coins, or you'll be mining at 0.25, because that's the particular law which is given. And if you have from 10,000 Bennett coins to 100,000 Bennett coins, you mine at 0.5%. So the more you have, the more it increases. So let me check the comment sections first. Okay, continuation now. Talking about the roadmap of the Bennett blockchain, how everything has happened. Today, the following task has been completed. Blockchain launched in 19th of December 2021. The blockchain was launched. The blockchain of Bennett was launched. Okay. And the second point, we have started to responsibly implement the memorandum described in the tokenomics section of white paper. Next, our wallet for 100 devices have already been developed and published. And this particular link is very long. You can get it on googleplay.com, or you should have the app. I think 100 apps should have that already. Number 4, on July 7, 2022, the exchange trading of the Bennett cryptocurrencies began on the exchange x.com. Like, okay, here's the place. X.com, you can get you can exchange the currency. What exchange mean? For those of us familiar with the Bitcoin and other exchange coin, you know that it's all about exchange. So right now you can actually exchange Benny that is already on the internet, it's already on the cryptocurrency space, and it's easy to find. Number 5, in the near future, a wallet will appear in the Apple Store, for the Apple users and iOS users. Number 6, on August 15, 2022, Ignite event took place. The company Soldo Constant Limited has completed the purchase and merger with the company Beyond Play Limited. The company Beyond Play Limited is a pioneer in the field of software development, data processing, as well as other activities in the field of information technology. So what they simply do is like they have to do information technology. They know how the information works and they are able to keep it safe and secure. So those are like they're basically their job. What they're doing. It's a known company, and Bennett and we have been able to make cooperation with them, and they're the ones in charge of this. What does it mean that they were able to make a big step of having this company to be in charge of the security aspect? Okay, going through this, the Bennett philosophy. Bennett is not only a cryptocurrency, it's also a philosophy, and not everyone likes it. Every cryptocurrency cannot have a declared value, so Bennett is worth nothing. The main advantage of our project is its absolute openness and transparency for users, which is confirmed by the history of its transactions. Each wallet owner is an issuer respectively. The more people use it, the more reliable and durable the project is. Currently, we are making every effort to make our project interesting in various countries of the world. We hope that our concept of similar which will later be used to upload events of Bennett will be of interest to many. It's basically the phenomenon. We've also talked about that it's what cryptocurrency event is something that the world is going to write about. It's a cryptocurrency that cannot be devalued or doesn't have any value and doesn't have any value. Even though everyone has the ability to nurture their particular coin, nurture their particular part of this project. So it's really easy for each and every person to have an impact in it. There is only the truth here. You will not be able to delete or touch a photo, like a sketch part, but you will be able to understand. Perhaps the most important plus of our Bennett platform is that there is no censorship here. So this Bennett that keeps the information. There's no censorship. There's no part that you can't see, or there's the part that you say that there's some part. That part is the ability for other people that didn't keep the information to see. In case your phone is stolen, or that definitely happens sometimes. In case your phone is stolen or your phone is given to someone has the contact of your phone, they can't be taken except it's you. There have to be some procedures you take to be able to feed them, but there's some things you cannot be able to do to keep your information sincere and keep it from there. Some things, these are the things. There's only truth. There's only the truth here. You will not be able to delete or retouch a photo or event. You will not be able to change the document that you upload, and that's fine. It will allow you to remain natural and sincere. Sincerity as magnetism, and it's always felt by people. Sincere interest is always rewarded. A smile will always be answered. Sincerity allows you to feel life at full capacity, allows you to show natural individuality and make people close in spirit. Together we are always stronger. Join us and may the blessing of Constantine to come with us. So what this explanation simply means that you won't be able to change pictures, you won't be able to edit them, because the fact that you can edit them means that they're not safe. Anyone can go there and change the information and actually declare that it didn't actually happen or it actually didn't happen. So with this ability that is disabled, with this ability of not being able to cheat anything, there will be an ability of sincerity and the ability of peace, and everyone will be able to understand that this is a sincere aspect of a person and trustworthy aspect of a person. Okay, I think we're approaching the end of this presentation. It seems to me that we've come up with this is the CEO giving us water. It seems to me that we've come up with something that is not even close to the market. We have come up with, let's call it, for example, a word chronicle of events. This is a chronicle written by people who speak different languages, prefer different religions, and live in different parts of the globe. So everyone coming together in the blockchain, having an impact on the blockchain and influencing their environment. In other words, writing on this word chronicle of events and expanding it. So what it simply means, nothing can stop us anymore because the brand is not born. Words are not important, components are not important, only one thing is important: unification. The more of us, the stronger we are, and we are together. And the blessing of Constantine with us. Thank you. Thank you for joining this presentation. Okay, before I stop the presentation, if there's any questions or something you do not understand, please write in the comment section and I will be happy to review it. Or you can also check the Telegram group, the AMA, for asking me anything. Over there, your questions can be answered. Yeah, pretty fast. Thank you. Uh, in the absence of no questions or contributions or whatever depth you have, so I'll be coming to the close of the conversation of this meeting, of this presentation. And I'll be saying have a very good night and see you next time on this same channel. Please subscribe, please like the channel, comment. Next time is very important, so we'll know the mind of the people. And also have a good day. Good night.